What's up, guys? A lot of people have been asking me how difficult it was to resharpen this ZDP-189 after the test, and figured I would just go ahead and show what I did. I didn't record the actual sharpening process because I didn't have the foresight to. I didn't know people wanted to see it. So, sorry I didn't do that, guys. When this knife gets dull again, if it gets dull again, I'll do a sharpening video on it, but wanted to say I thinned the edge out even a little more just because the steel's so hard. I think it can take an even more acute angle and still be a killer slicer. So I thinned it out. It's at maybe 28 degrees. I used the DMT coarse diamond. I used the 600 grit Chaucera, the 1000 grit Chaucera, the 3000 grit Chaucera, and then finally I used the Spyderco UF 8x3 bench stone, and I was left with a hair whittling edge that looks like this. It's completely mirror polished. Somebody asked or commented that they've never seen ZDP mirror polished, so I figured I would just show the edge. It is mirror polished, all by hand. It actually is not difficult to sharpen. In my experience, the edge was not chipped out at all, so it didn't really take all that much to get it sharp again. If it was chipped out, then of course it would have taken me much longer to sharpen it, but even thinning the edge out a little bit like I did, it wasn't bad. It was definitely not as bad as S90V. So during resharpening, if you have the right equipment, I don't see why it would be any worse than some other of the high vanadium steels. I shouldn't say high vanadium, any more of the wear resistant steels, S90V, M4, stuff like that. So it was not very difficult to sharpen. I mean, of course it's more difficult than 154 cm, and a good benchmark was if you sharpen S30V, it was just a little bit harder to sharpen than S30V. Honestly, with my equipment that I have, I don't really feel a large increase in difficulty of sharpening unless I'm completely reprofiling the edge. So I only thinned this out a couple degrees, so I wasn't really grinding on it that much. So it wasn't that bad. It does take a good polish, just a few, probably 1 to 2 minutes on the UF stone, and I had this mirror polish. So it does take a good polish, and it does take a very, very, very keen edge. It was hair whittling sharp even before I went to the strop. So it does like to take a keen edge. And I think the chromium carbides that are in it have a lot to do with that. Vanadium carbides make steels a little harder to get extremely sharp, but chromium carbides are a little bit smaller. It's finer grained, easier to get sharp. So that's my report on it, guys. I'm sorry that I didn't sharpen it on cam. I will get around to doing that after I dull the blade. But as of right now, I can tell you it's not that difficult to sharpen, at least in my experience. And it does take a very, very keen edge. So just wanted to get that out there. Many people have asked me that question, and I figured instead of just writing, I could show you better. So, oh yeah, hang on. I forgot I didn't even cut with it. Well, people always want to see the knife cutting, so I mean, as you can hear, there's no resistance in that cut. It's just as clean as it gets. I really, really, really like ZDP. It takes a very, very, very keen edge. Listen to it. I mean, there is no effort in that whatsoever. So that very keen edge, very shallow bevel, and a nice keen edge make it a great cutter. So there you go, guys. Again, sorry I didn't catch it on cam, the sharpening. I will do that for you guys. Thanks for watching the test. I'll see you next time.